Alright. Yoga this morning on our snow day. It's like a slush day. After living in Pittsburgh, I don't think any Nashville snow would keep me in the house. We were there in such a bad winter. Like at one point we were literally snowed in for a couple of days where it was about 2.5 feet of snow. I have to put some pictures for you to see. But I'm in this whole creative mindset. That's the thing about me doing yoga. It just like opens up my creativity. And what do you guys think about yoga for fatties? You know, people who are overweight, yoga series just for them. I'm trying to think of names. Can you comment below any names that you can think of for fluff to flat yoga? Let me think, what else? Help me think of a name for my new class. All right, hope you're having a great day. I finished the tree, my red and white tree. And now my battery's gonna die. We are gonna go and decorate a tree for a single mom. We're gonna go buy her a tree and decorate it together. Yeah. So when we decorate their tree, the kids can help me decorate then. But I wanted to do my main tree by myself. So I need to get ready, and then we're gonna head out and go help this single mom out. I like it. Good morning. Me and this little boy. I'm gonna go take him to school, and then I'm going to, you guessed it, yoga. I'm so sorry I forgot to film. First of all, it gets dark here early, so we went to our the woman's house at 5 o'clock. It was already dark. Well, we left at 5. The sun's in your eye? There you go. We went to her house at 5, and it was already dark. I don't know what you want me to do, son. It's the sun. We're happy the sun is out. First of all, let me tell you how I wanted to get her a real tree. So to get to her house, you get on the highway, you go through downtown to get to what they refer to as the projects. I didn't want to drive on the highway with a tree. So I get off the highway. There are no places to buy a real tree in the hood. And that kind of made me really sad. Like, and I even called her. It's my first, her name is Maria. It's my first time meeting her. First time talking to her. I'm like, I'm out looking for a tree and I can't find one, and the only store there was like Dollar General, Family Dollar, and they had fake trees, but they were the most rink-a-dink, scrawny-looking fake trees. And I really wanted to get a real tree. Like, there's something about a real tree that is special, I think, for Christmas. So we ended up having to drive all the way back in town. So it's like I made a huge loop going out of town, but then back in town. But this time I didn't take the highway. I went to a tree farm. It's freezing now. It's like 6:30 at night now. Got all 3 kids in the car, just me. Chris was working, and it was crazy. But I just told the kids, I was like, all right, kids, the devil is trying to stop the flow. And I'm telling you, the kids started arguing. They're like, I'm hungry, I'm tired. I'm like, this is nothing, ain't nobody mad but the devil trying to stop us from doing a nice thing. So I had the kids pray, and I gave $1 amount, and I was like, children, we're gonna pray that we find a nice tree for this amount. They do a good job securing it on the car, and we're gonna have a good night. And just like that, it all came together. God is so good. First of all, the whole notion of it being the projects in the hood, it didn't seem that hoody to me. I mean, I think I've been in the projects before in Miami, like driven through. And the projects in the South are much different, in Southern U.S. are much different than like where Chris grew up in the North, where it was like a tall building, very gray and dark. It was just different. It was much different. It was different. But anyway, at first, I guess she was kind of, I don't know, sometimes it's weird for people to receive help when they kind of didn't ask for it. I've talked to you guys about offering people a ride and stuff, and people never take it. But when you go someplace where, like a homeless shelter, well, they went to the homeless shelter seeking help. But if you see someone on the street and you offer them a ride, or you offer to buy their gas, or you offer to pay for their groceries, you would be surprised how uncomfortable it makes people. They're like, thanks? That's how she was. She was like, kind of, you know, taken aback. And she hadn't had a real tree since she was a little girl. Her little girl had never had a real tree. Her little girl wasn't there, which I wish she was, but it was the only time that I could go. Tonight we have food bags. The kids have dance rehearsal. Kayla has a program at school. Tomorrow Kayla has a sleepover. Saturday it was the only time I could go. So we just put the tree in. We put the lights on and did the ribbon around and the angel on top, and left the ornaments for her and her daughter to put up. We had prayer, and I just felt the Holy Spirit during the prayer that I wanted to talk to her. And the whole reason why I put a peel out for a single mom, I don't even think I mentioned that. I was looking for a single mom who needed some help. And I actually would prefer it not be someone at the church. I wanted to reach somebody who maybe wasn't getting just pure love from Christ. So I put an appeal out on Facebook because I don't know that many people in the area still. Well, anyway, and that's how I got her name. So anyway, so I felt the Holy Spirit, and I asked the children to step out, and her and I, after prayer, we just had a little heart-to-heart, and I'll share with you what I shared with her. And it's basically that I had Kayla when I was 18, and although I wasn't a single mom the entire time, the feeling of a single mother is the feeling that you alone hold the responsibility of your child. There's nobody else. Like, if your child ends up being a stripper or on drugs or in jail, it's your fault. That's what single momdom is all about. How's your child gonna have health care? How's your child gonna eat? It comes down on you. So anyway, so I told her I had Kayla when I was 18. There was times where I felt like it was so selfish of me to give birth to this child and I can't take care of her. I felt like it's so unfair for me to have Kayla and she doesn't have a dad and a full life. And there was times I tried to fix it on my own by, being with a boyfriend or whatever. I gotta drop Ethan off. We'll finish this conversation in a second. Okay. I spent too much time talking. But anyway, so I told her that basically she's enough. Do things God's way, and God will take care of her and her daughter. I talked to her a little bit about what I say in my baby mama advice blog about your child needs you and your love, not things, not you bashing their biological dad and things like that. So it was a real blessing to me. We both got emotional because I know it's nothing but the grace of God that allowed me to move out of that stage of my life, being a single mom, to being married to someone who loves me and my children unconditionally. I have the family I always desired, with a man who's committed to me and loves me and would lay down his life for me and my children. And I know that's nothing but God. So the moral of the story that I'm sharing all of this is, probably the biggest part of doing that whole thing was the effort. Money-wise, it didn't cost a lot. And I'm not trying to brag. Like, we're not like rolling in the dough where I could just go spend tons of money on other people. But it's just about making a commitment to somebody else, putting somebody else's happiness as a priority. And then just putting the effort behind it. Like, how much time did it take? Maybe a total of 3 hours because of the whole driving around and traffic thing. But the whole project probably took 3 hours. And it didn't cost much. But what you end up with is, number one, I was able to bless somebody else. And I was able to show my children that this is an essential part of life. I'm trying to get my children to understand the whole meaning of putting others first and being generous. So they were able to witness that in real life. I was able to feel useful. Like what I went through in life was meaningful, and it was for a purpose, because that purpose was so that I could have compassion and share that experience and empathy with somebody else. So it makes you feel like the hard times were worth it. As crazy as that sounds, it was worth it. And what she got out of it was, she said she had been praying about something. And I spoke to her, and she felt like God really was listening, because I don't know her. And what I talked to her about was exactly what she was in agony and praying about. So she got to feel the love of Christ in a real life scenario. And what does her daughter get? Her daughter gets a Christmas memory of spending time with her mom, doing something beautiful, like decorating a tree. Her daughter gets to feel like she's a part of this whole thing that she sees on TV, or maybe classmates, or reads in a book about the holiday spirit and decorating a tree and having something beautiful in her home, no matter how the home looks. So now I'm late to yoga, but I look forward to the day that, and you all are a witness to this. This is a tip of the iceberg. I would love to run a truck and go to knock on every single door in that project and give trees and give decorations and let those families have live living plant life in their house to decorate and enjoy with one another. Have some happiness. I would love to stock up on gift cards. I would have loved to hand her $1,000 gift card to Target and let her just not just for presents, but keep that for essentials for a little while for you and your daughter to have winter clothes and things like that, and holiday meal. And I mean, these are the things I obsess about. This is why I want to be successful. This is why I want to make more money, because I want to be in the position to just bless the living socks off of the people on this earth. And you could be a part of that. Subscribe, comment, share this video, and share my page. Help me get my viewership up. I want to make more money. And it's not for Louboutins. Anyway, I'm here.
Hands at heart center. Find your heart rate. Now close your eyes. And when you're ready, open your eyes, open your hands. That's multitasking. Now look up, look back. Take your hands and interlace them over your head and let them come right into the crease of your neck.
Special celebration we'll hope you'll never forget. 'Tis the season as we revel in amazing varieties of customs and traditions that make this the most wonderful time of the year.
Whether you celebrate the Christmas, Hanukkah, Las Posadas, or any other December event, come along with us as we make this a holiday to remember.
So I didn't even show you my new haircut. I went and got my hair cut because I decided not to put my weave in for a little while. And I just wanted to get a nice healthy cut. We went and took pictures yesterday. I'll put some up on the end of this video. And here's to another busy week. I'm gonna start editing the vlog now, but I really appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.